What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. I just wanted to make a quick update because as you guys can see in the charts right here, we did have quite a pullback. You can see we were sitting up at around $27,451 and we did fall all the way down to about $25,400 depending on what exchange you're looking at. Some have even fallen lower. Now remember, we were talking about that sort of $25,300 level. But the reason that this is happening specifically today is because of the news that came out where the SEC pretty much is slamming Binance right now. This is really, really bad, and it's creating a lot of FUD and fear for a lot of investors, specifically in the USA. So I'm going to go over the news super quick, and then I'll show you what I'm looking at in the charts. Today's video, again, super short. I don't actually have any Wi-Fi here yet. So yeah, let's dive into it. So if we have a look right here, you guys can see, basically, this is the news that came out. Ultimately, it says that defendants have unlawfully solicited U.S. investors. You can see breaking, by the way, U.S. SEC sues the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance. But you can see it says that they have solicited unlawfully to U.S. investors to buy, sell, and trade crypto asset securities through unregistered trading platforms available online at Binance.com. Binance platform, Binance US, etc. Defendants have engaged in multiple unregistered offers and sales of crypto asset securities and other investment schemes. So obviously this is a big deal. Furthermore, the SEC stated that Binance, for offering services to US-based customers without registering, they did not implement KYC mechanisms until August 2021, which goes against anti-money laundering laws. Additionally, the commission asserted that the exchange was aware of this as its CCO claimed that they were operating as a effing unlicensed security exchange in the USA, bro. This was in December of 2018. Moreover, the main exchange continued to provide services to high-value customers, even after claiming the opposite in 2019. During the launch of Binance US, the commission claimed that CZ directed Binance to encourage its VIP customers to use a VPN while trading in order to bypass the KYC rules. So yeah, basically they're saying that they were telling their customers to do this. The SEC said that Binance US did not protect against wash trading because the defendants failed to implement on the Binance US platform, whatever, etc. I mean, basically they're just coming down on these guys. The SEC is pushing for significant restraints on both CZ himself personally and Binance operating within the United States. So although it appears to hold off a permanent enjoiner from having the potential for activity in the future. So I suppose this means that maybe in the future they'll be okay with this. They'll allow that, but right now it's definitely looking a little bit tough for these guys. It's looking a little bit tough, and this is scaring a lot of people. This is probably gonna, I think somebody said this is up to potentially like billions of dollars. I don't know. The story's kind of unfolding as I'm making this video, so we're probably going to get a lot more clarification on this, but this is clearly why we are seeing this. Now, let's dive in and have a look at the chart, guys. So you guys can see right here that, yes, I was expecting a potential retest, and this is nothing new, so you could say that, yeah, maybe this was driven by the news. I don't really know. That's, take that with a grain of salt. We did break this upward sloping trend, but I was saying that I was anticipating that we were going to have a retest of this area right here, right? This was the Terra Luna wick. We had the resistance right here. We had the resistance again right here. We had another resistance again right here, but we never got that final support, and we still haven't technically gotten it. Maybe potentially on some exchanges we did, but we definitely didn't get it yet over here. And, you could see that we were expecting ultimately that this area was going to be a big area of resistance. So it's funny, if you didn't tell me what was going on in the news, I would kind of just assume that this is what was going to happen anyway. But I do want to just express to you something that is a little bit concerning. Remember, we did have this falling wedge pattern and we had this breakout. And remember, I told you guys that if we just take this and move it over to the breakout, that brings us somewhere, between 54 to 57,000 roughly. But if we actually draw this descending parallel channel, this is the same exact chart, guys. We're drawing the channel down. Remember, if we were to look at the falling wedge, just so you guys could see, I'll put it on this chart so you can see it. This would be the falling wedge, right? This right here. So you see, this is the falling wedge right here, and then we had the breakout. But now that we had the breakout, and the breakout we're having this downward sloping trend right here, what it's actually doing is it's showing that we're having this lower high and lower low getting put in on this macro, which is telling me that we may have a little bit more sideways to go for these markets in general. So a lot of people that think we're just going to start pumping straight to the moon tomorrow, we may actually still unfortunately have a couple months more of sideways and, you know, even downwards, which is not really what we want, but you can see right here, we're clearly being held down. So the next level is being supported essentially at that, well, the 25,003, which I do believe we're going to get to that way, you know, there either way. And then right here, sort of around this 21,000 area, you can see there's just a lot of interest, you know, trying to break above it, trying to break above it, trying to break above it. Then we hit it as support. So, you know, it doesn't look like much, but yeah, we could stop there, or worst case, we come back down to this heart line, which could unfortunately bring Bitcoin maybe even back down to that $18,000 level, which I did say was my worst case scenario. But yeah, I don't want to fall really out of this EMA ribbon, because as we've seen in the past, you know, once we get these nice flips on the ribbon, for example, right here, we tend to stay bullish for quite some time. And if I zoom in over here, what you're seeing is we were attempting to have the yellow, you know, flip and have this sort of have this ribbon inverse, but no, we're not going to have that if we continue to push down on this weekly red candle or future weekly red candles. And what you'll see is this yellow could potentially end up curving down, and that would end up being a fake out, right? So just lots of things to keep in mind. Yes, the technicals are important, but there's also a lot that's going on right now in the news, specifically with the US. It's just it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous, in my opinion, what the US is doing. It's completely unnecessary. It's stifling innovation. I don't have to tell you guys how I feel about that, but yeah, that's the situation we're dealing with. And yeah, above the 200 weekly, again, that's fine. We are looking to potentially have this curve up here. And also, let me just show you guys something really quick. Let me just take the 100 and switch this to the 20. And you can actually see right here that we're looking to have this golden cross right here, potentially. I don't know if you guys can see this blue moving up above here. So that is a potential that we could see, you know, Bitcoin stay above that level. And again, you know, if we're able to maintain this upward sloping trend right here, then I maintain relatively still bullish on the situation. And as long as we maintain this legacy trend, which started all the way back from July of 2017, then again, I remain bullish. But what's interesting is, you know, and it could be news driven. Like I said, I was still thinking that we need to go down to that 25,003. But as you can see right here, stock markets actually rallied and came up to this level. And this is exactly, I mean, guys, literally pause this video, go watch my previous video. Literally exact numbers. Don't believe me? Go back, watch the previous video, which came out actually 2 days ago. So this wasn't even just like yesterday. And look at this, guys. Perfectly. We were looking for 4298 and we got 4299. Guys, we were off by one. So maybe I should just start trading stocks, right? Crypto's more fun though. So we can see over here though, everything is still pointing towards the fact that we should be beginning of that bull cycle. And yeah, one thing I will point out that I did notice, we didn't quite get a flip over here on wave edge, but we did get a potential trigger wave right here, which, okay, now that's telling us that we got to wait for that setup, wait for the long, right? If you guys do want to learn how to trade, of course, you know, tutorial popping up above 46,000 in bonuses. But that's basically it for me today, guys. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Obviously, we were expecting the price. I was expecting the price to retest at least 25.3. We attempted. We still haven't touched it. There may be a chance now that if we hit that level, you get that cascade of liquidations just because we didn't wick down to it. So if you are trading, not financial advice, again, maybe don't go all in on the position. Maybe put some at 25.3 and then some a little lower at a potential stop that, like, or this is what I've heard people say. Where were you going to put your stop loss? Where were you going to put it? Put your second buy there and then put your stop loss below that, okay? But again, not financial advice. You guys know I can't give financial advice on this channel. I can only tell you what I'm seeing and what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. But ultimately, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I make these videos. And hopefully, you know, we will get out of this mess, and the US will figure out their issue, and crypto will continue, because inevitably it doesn't matter. You know, people think that the US runs everything. It doesn't, guys. You know, unfortunately, the US, we may still be using the dollar as the main form of currency, but when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to innovation and Web3 and AI, that's just going to keep going with or without the US. So they need to get on board. They need to do their thing. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. If you want to learn how to trade, make sure you check out this tutorial popping up right here, right now. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.